Now I have an art journal that I made at one of Natalie and her friend Birgit Koopsen's workshop, and I never really got around to making a cover for it. So today I'm going to be using Nat's Starstruck stencil to make a cover for it. So what I'm doing is I'm just taking some printer paper and I'm taping it down on the stencil, and I've got some gelatos here and I'm lightly rubbing them to get a stencil rubbing from the stencil. And I'm using two different colors to get like a slight variation in the color, and I'm making sure to move my gelatos in both directions so that I can catch all the details. So now I'm taking a piece of card and I am rubbing the gelatos just to burnish them slightly so that it's a little less waxy to touch. And I'm taking a mini mister filled with water and spritzing it on. It helps to bind the gelatos to the paper, and it also helps to make the colors pop a little bit as well. So I'm drying the paper now, and it's slightly wrinkly, so just to make things more interesting, I am scrunching the paper up and then opening it up, just making sure that it becomes as wrinkly as possible. And I'm taking some walnut stain distress ink and I'm using my foam blender to lightly catch all the wrinkles. What this does is, it's one of my favorite techniques to use, is that it makes the print look really vintage and it almost looks like fabric. So now I'm measuring the art journal again and see what size of paper I need. And then I am taking my paper trimmer and I'm trimming my paper down to size. Now I am taking some matte medium by Liquitex and I am going to stick the paper down onto my art journal. I'm going to be covering both the back side of my print and the art journal cover as well. And then I am cutting off some of the excess paper. Now I'm choosing a stamp set from one of Nat's latest releases. The stamp that I'm using is called Valley Road by Rebel Moon Designs, and I am putting it on an acrylic block, and I'm going to be doing some heat embossing using some Wow embossing powders. So I've got some black cardstock and a selection of embossing powders. I'm applying my ink onto my stamp and stamping it down. I'm going to be stamping it twice just to see which one of the finely embossed images that I like more. So I'm taking some gold rich ultra high and I'm sprinkling it in a few spots here and there, and then I'm going to be using the lighter blue embossing powder and in the middle, and then covering the entire image with Metaline dark blue, and then I am heat embossing it. After I finished heat embossing it, I am cutting the image out with a pair of scissors. You could use a circle die if you wanted, but I'm just using some scissors here. And I am centering my design on the art journal page. I'm using an ATG gun, a tape gun, and I am putting it on my art journal page. And of course I needed a title, so I'm using my Dymo, my very handy dandy Dymo label maker, to make a label for my art journal page. And that's pretty much it, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you so much for joining in, and please do visit Nat's blog to find out more details and see more close-up images.